Let me ask you, though, about the specific charge that you make in that commercial. You say that gays can serve openly while children can't pray in school. It was the Supreme Court back in 1962 that decided, and it's been upheld since then, that children couldn't pray in school. Barack Obama had nothing to do with that. And as for repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, are you saying that anyone who supports Don't Ask, Don't Tell is anti-religious?
Well, let me back up and say that I would support a constitutional amendment that allows our children to pray in school anytime that they'd like. Right now, those activist judges like Sotomayor and Kagan that he put on the Supreme Court, they would continue to say that that is a decision that the Supreme Court should make. I happen to believe that that ought to be a local decision, and that's not the Supreme Court's business to be telling Americans when and how they should pray. On the issue of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, it was working. And for the Commander-in-Chief to use our military as a political tool while we're in combat in different locations around, at least 2 different locations around the world, in Iraq and Afghanistan, I think it's just really irresponsible. I'm Commander-in-Chief of 20,000+ men and women. I served in the United States Air Force. I understand the issue, and I don't think it's one that the President of the United States and Congress, for that matter, should be forcing upon the men and women of the military. I think it was bad public policy, and I would change it.
The only point I'd make about prayer in school is that has continued under the ban on prayer in school under Republican presidents as well as Democrats, including Reagan and both of the Bushes.
I understand that. I'm telling you what I believe, Chris, and I happen to believe that Americans don't agree with that decision that was made in 1962, and that if we had a constitutional amendment election across this country allowing our children to pray in school, I would suggest to you it will pass overwhelmingly, and I'll support that. I will go across this country as I'm promoting a balanced budget amendment to the United States Constitution. I'll work on a balance, or I should say an amendment to allow our children to pray in school. I think Americans are greatly supportive of both of those issues.